whisper, come this way. A scarecrow grins with hollow eyes underneath the blood-red skies. From here the children rise, from the dark where the horror lies. Bodies tied like shirts on racks, ghost face masks with endless cracks. Lanterns flicker, cold and pale, through the maze where spirits wail. Echoes scream like shattered glass. The unholy night will not pass. From here the children rise, from the dark where the horror lies. Bodies tied like shirts on racks, ghost face masks with endless cracks. We dance on graves where secrets seep, a nightmare born where none can sleep. In the cornfields, choking clasp, feel the terror's icy grasp. From here the children rise, from the dark where the horror lies. Bodies tied like shirts on racks, ghost face masks with endless cracks. We dance on graves where secrets seep, a nightmare born where none can sleep. In the cornfields, choking clasp, feel the terror's icy grasp. From here the children rise, from the dark where the horror lies. Bodies tied like shirts on racks, ghost face masks with endless cracks.
Absolutely. For a fictional screenplay or novel, I can include strong profanity and natural dialogue when it serves the characters and tone. I won't censor ordinary swear words in creative writing. The goal is to make the dialogue feel authentic rather than shocking, just for its own sake. Here's a more cinematic opening in that style. The zombie crisis of Golden. Fuck you talking about, cuz? This shit hit. Chapter 1. Saturday morning, Golden, Colorado. It was one of those perfect Colorado mornings. Sunlight rolled down the mountains, coffee shops buzzed, dogs barked, cyclists flew down the streets like they owned the damn road. Tourists snapped pictures, college kids laughed outside cafes, a street musician played old-school funk while a little girl danced in front of him. Life. Just life. Nobody knew they were living the last normal hour they'd ever have. A man wandered into the middle of Washington Avenue. His clothes looked torn to hell, his face covered in blood. People noticed him. Nobody panicked. Damn. Somebody call this dude an Uber. He drunk as fuck. He high. Nah. He tweaking. A woman laughed. You alright, sir? The man slowly turned. His jaw hung crooked. His eyes empty. Then he exploded into a full sprint. What the fuck? He slammed into the woman. People thought he was trying to rob her. Instead, he bit straight into her neck. Not a little bite. A full-mouthed chunk. Blood sprayed across the sidewalk. For 1 second, nobody moved. Everybody's brain refused to accept what they had just seen. Then the screaming started. Oh shit! What the fuck? Call 911. Get him off her! 3 men tackled him. The man didn't scream, didn't talk, didn't even blink. He just kept trying to bite. One firefighter in training grabbed him from behind. The infected man twisted around with impossible speed and sank his teeth into the man's forearm. Damn, he fucking bit me. People scattered in every direction. Coffee cups hit the pavement, phones dropped, parents grabbed kids, car horns erupted. The entire street transformed from peaceful Saturday morning into absolute fucking chaos. 10 minutes later, police arrived. Nobody understood what they were looking at. One officer yelled, "Drop him!" The infected man charged anyway. Pop, pop, pop. 3 rounds hit his chest. Nothing. What the fuck? The infected man kept running. Another officer fired. The body finally collapsed. Everyone sighed. Until the woman whose throat had been ripped open started moving, slowly, cracking, twisting. She stood up. Blood poured down her shirt. One officer whispered, "No." She looked directly at him, then sprinted. Oh fuck! Across town, Marcus sat inside Big Tony's wings. Basket of hot wings, fries, cold drink, basketball playing on TV. Life was good. His cousin Darnell kicked the front door open so hard it slammed into the wall. Dog. Marcus didn't even look up. What? Nigga. Marcus grabbed another wing. What? The dead is eating motherfuckers. Marcus laughed so hard soda nearly came out his nose. Man, he shook his head. Fuck you talking about, cuz? I'm dead serious. Nah, I'm telling you, nah. Dog, people out there eating people. Marcus pointed at the television. You sound dumb as hell. Turn on the news. You been smoking. I ain't smoking shit. You high. I'm not high. Marcus grabbed another fry. Sit your dramatic ass down. Before Darnell could answer, crash! The restaurant's front window exploded inward. Glass flew everywhere. Customers hit the floor. A blood-covered woman crawled through the shattered window, dragging half of her own leg behind her. Everyone froze. She slowly lifted her head. Her mouth opened. Then she screamed. Not like a person, like an animal. Marcus stared, wing still in his hand. Darnell looked at him. Marcus looked back, then quietly said, "This shit hit." The entire restaurant erupted. Run! Oh fuck! Go! Don't let her bite me! People climbed over booths. Someone slipped in hot sauce. A cook came running out of the kitchen holding a cast iron skillet. Big Tony looked around the dining room and shouted, "Hell nah! Not in my damn restaurant!" Then he charged straight at the zombie. End of chapter 1. This approach keeps the dialogue raw and character-driven while focusing on the fear, disbelief, and dark humor people often use in a crisis. It aims for an R-rated horror film tone where the profanity reflects the characters' reactions instead of overwhelming the story. The Zombie Crisis of Golden. Fuck you talking about, cuz, this shit. Chapter 2. Hell nah, Big Tony. Big Tony was 6'4", 300 pounds, former offensive lineman, built like a damn refrigerator. He looked at the blood-covered woman. She looked back. Tony tightened his grip on the cast iron skillet. Oh, you picked the wrong motherfucking restaurant. Wham! The skillet connected with her head. The entire restaurant heard the crack. She dropped. Everybody cheered. Hell yeah! Tony got her! Then she stood right back up. What the fuck? Tony whispered. She lunged. Tony barely got his arm out of the way before her teeth snapped inches from his face. Oh shit! The cook jumped over the counter. Customers were climbing over booths, crawling under tables, knocking over chairs, trying to reach the back exit. Nobody cared about dignity anymore. They just wanted to live. Chapter 3. The news don't even know. Every TV station was saying something different. Possible drug outbreak. Violent attacks across Jefferson County. Authorities ask everyone to remain calm. Then the anchor suddenly stopped talking. People watched as someone stumbled behind her. The cameraman yelled, "What the fuck?" The broadcast cut to static. The restaurant got real quiet. Marcus looked around. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Nobody argued. Chapter 4. The gas station. Half the city had the same idea. Fill up, get supplies, leave. The gas station looked like Black Friday mixed with the end of the world. Cars blocked every pump. People screamed over bottled water. One dude had 6 cases of toilet paper. Some woman yelled, "Motherfucker, you don't need all that." He yelled back, "I got a family." "So do I." An infected cashier suddenly climbed over the counter. Nobody even knew she'd been bitten. The whole store exploded into panic. Shopping carts slammed together. People dove through the front doors. Someone left their dog. A stranger ran back inside just to grab the dog. You ain't dying in here, little homie. Chapter 5. The Highway. Interstate 70 looked like a parking lot. Nothing moved. Engines overheated. People abandoned cars. Children cried. Helicopters thundered overhead. Then, one helicopter started smoking. Oh hell! It spun sideways. Everyone watched. Nobody spoke. It disappeared behind the trees. Boom. The explosion shook the highway. Silence. Then somebody quietly said, "We're fucked." Chapter 6. The neighbors. For years, nobody on the block talked. People waved. That was it. Now, everybody was introducing themselves. I'm Carla. I'm Ben. I'm a nurse. I'm an electrician. I've got camping gear. I've got solar batteries. I've got 2 generators. Marcus smiled. About damn time we acted like neighbors. Chapter 7. First night. Darkness changed everything. You couldn't see them, only hear them. Dragging feet, broken breathing, distant screams, glass breaking. Somewhere. A dog barked, then stopped. Nobody slept. Nobody even wanted to blink. Every sound made people jump. Chapter 8. The Hard Truth. The radio finally came alive. A shaky voice spoke. If anyone can hear this, stay inside. Avoid bites. Avoid blood exposure. If someone changes. The voice cracked. Don't hesitate. Static. Marcus shut the radio off. Nobody wanted to ask the question. Finally, a little girl whispered, "What if it's my mommy?" Nobody answered. Chapter 9. The Hardware Store. The next morning, the group reached a hardware store. Not for weapons, for plywood, flashlights, batteries, rope, work gloves, tape, tools. They weren't trying to become action heroes, they were trying to make it through another night. As they loaded supplies, a loud crash echoed from the garden center. Everyone froze. Marcus whispered, "Please don't be some bullshit." Another crash, then growling. Darnell sighed. "Yeah, it's definitely some bullshit." Chapter 10. The first real loss. The group had been lucky. Too lucky. Ben was helping an older man climb over a fence when one infected reached through a gap and bit his calf. He didn't scream. He just stared. Oh, damn. Everyone knew. Nobody wanted to say it. The walk back was silent. Ben sat on the porch that evening watching the sunset. "I always thought it'd be cancer or a heart attack." He laughed. "Never imagined it'd be this crazy shit." Marcus sat beside him. Neither of them had the right words. Sometimes there weren't any. Chapter 11. The City of Golden Falls. By the third day, the mountain town felt abandoned. No traffic, no music, no tourists. Only wind, broken windows, abandoned backpacks, half-eaten meals still sitting on restaurant tables. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rang. Nobody had touched it. Marcus looked over the empty streets. The city ain't dead. He tightened his backpack. It's waiting. The group walked into the silence. Behind them, a single infected stepped out from an alley, then another, then 5 more. Without a word, they began following. Chapter 12. The School Bus. The streets were almost empty. Almost. A yellow school bus sat crooked across an intersection. Driver's door open, engine dead, backpack hanging from the mirror. Marcus held up his fist. Everybody stopped. Nobody moves. Silence. Then a little voice. "Help." Everyone turned. The voice came from inside the bus. Carla whispered, "Please tell me that's really a kid." Darnell swallowed. Or something pretending to be one. Chapter 13. The grocery store. The shelves looked like a tornado had ripped through them. Bread, gone. Water, gone. Medicine, almost gone. One old man pushed an empty shopping cart through the aisles. Marcus asked, "You all right?" The old man smiled. "I'm 82. What do I need toilet paper for?" For the first time in days, people laughed. Only for a second. Then glass shattered somewhere upstairs. Everybody stopped laughing. Chapter 14. The Mountain Fire. A cabin burned high in the foothills. Nobody knew how it started. The smoke climbed into the sky like a signal. Marcus stared. "They'll see that for miles." Carla nodded. "So will the infected." Nobody said another word. Chapter 15. No more internet. Phones still had battery. Just no signal. People stared at blank screens. Refreshing. 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 Nothing. No texts. No videos. No news. No answers. Marcus finally slid his phone into his pocket. Guess we're about to remember how people lived before Wi-Fi. Chapter 16. The Pharmacy. The pharmacy doors were already broken. Medicines scattered everywhere. Insulin, bandages, antibiotics. The group filled backpacks. A teenager looked around nervously. "I've never stolen anything." Marcus looked at him. "This ain't stealing." This chapter 17. The tunnel. An old railroad tunnel cut through the hillside. Dark. Cold. Echoes bounced off the stone walls. Halfway through, something moved. Nobody breathed. Flashlights swept the darkness. Nothing. Then, a metallic clang echoed from somewhere deeper inside. Darnell whispered, "I officially hate tunnels." Chapter 18. The radio static. Then a voice. "If anyone is alive," everybody froze. "Stay away from large cities. Travel during daylight. Do not travel alone." The signal faded. Then one last sentence. "Good luck." Silence returned. Marcus looked around. That's the most honest thing we've heard all week. Chapter 19. The dog. A German shepherd stepped out from behind a patrol car. Dirty, skinny, scared. Its police canine harness was torn. The dog growled, then slowly wagged its tail. Marcus crouched. "Come here." The dog walked over, rested its head against his hand. Nobody spoke. The dog had found a new pack. Chapter 20. The rain. Rain washed blood off the streets. It dripped from abandoned cars, ran through gutters, pounded rooftops. For one brief hour, Golden looked peaceful again, until lightning flashed. Dozens of silhouettes stood motionless in the distance, watching, waiting, not making a sound. The thunder rolled across the mountains. Marcus whispered, "They ain't leaving." Chapter 21. The Mountain Lookout. The group climbed to an overlook above the town. Golden stretched below them. Smoke drifted through the streets. Emergency lights still flashed where no one remained to answer them. The mountains were as beautiful as ever. The town beneath them was not. Darnell looked out over the valley and shook his head. A week ago, people were hiking these trails, taking selfies, buying ice cream. Marcus nodded. Now, he adjusted the strap on his backpack. Now every decision matters. The wind carried a distant chorus of moans up the canyon. No one spoke. They simply turned away from the overlook and started walking toward the mountains, hoping that somewhere beyond the next ridge, they could find safety before the crisis found them again.